Inside your spotlight this morning, I have publicist Carla Williams-Johnson. We'll be chatting this morning about how you can boost your business and your sales, especially this time of year. If you want to catch your last minute Christmas sale, this is the conversation for you. Good morning to you, Carla.
Pleasant good morning to you.
How are you this morning?
I am great. How are you?
I'm alive. I feel like it's a good place to start. Carla, what's the difference between PR and marketing?
Okay, so PR is a part of marketing. Marketing is your entire ecosystem, from the time we connect with the customer through the entire sales process, even after sales process, and all the different things in between that make up the entire image and brand and well, basically the entire business. PR is your image and your brand reputation. This is how people perceive you. This is how you show up. This is what people want to know about you. It's a little bit of branding as well, because branding is also your image as well. But PR is to get people to know you, to love you, to form relationships with you so that they can now purchase from you.
And tell me how your approach to PR helps businesses achieve that international success, that at least position them for global success.
Well, that's a very good question. So my job as a publicist is to position you the way that you need to be positioned in the market. The question I always ask all my clients are, at the end of the day, what do you want to be known for?
Right.
How do you want to be positioned? How do you want to be perceived? What do you want your brand to represent and to see? When it's all said and done, what is the legacy you're leaving behind? So my job is to position you and find the places and spaces that I can put you in so that you could not only connect with your people, but resonate in such a way that at the end of the day, you know what it is that, you what you stand for, what you want to be known for. And that way people can form relationships with you so you can build business.
Carla, I want you to be honest with me, right?
Yes, completely.
You ever asked that question and the response is, well, I want to make money?
Yes.
And what do you do with that as a publicist?
Well, at the end of the day, don't we all want to make money in business? I mean, at the end of the day.
But if it is that you only thing you're interested in for your legacy is just being profitable at any cost.
But no. Why do you want to be profitable, right? Are you profitable because you have children and you would like your children to live an easier life? Do you want to live an easier life? Do you want to travel? What do you want? You must want the money for something. You can't you're not going to be buried with the money. I mean, you could, but you're not going to, right? So at the end of the day, yeah, a lot of people say, yeah, at the end of the day, I want to make money, but what do you want the money for? That's what I need to figure out. I need to know what it is that you want to stand for.
But does that matter in terms of if I want the money for, like, I have a business, right?
Yes.
I'm a business owner, and I say, all right, I want to make money.
Yes.
That's my end goal, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I want to make the money to go on vacation with my family, how does that help my business? My business PR and my business branding.
So if you want to make money, let's say to go on vacations or to go on for trips.
For life. To make life nice.
For life, to make life happy. How do you want to make your life happy? What do you want people to know about you? Now, there are a lot of ways that you can make money, yeah? Legal, illegal. There are lots
I don't know
of
about
ways
any other ways except legal, ma'am.
Lovely. So there are many different ways that you can make money, but what do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known as the person that is scamming people in order to make money? Or do you want to be seen as a reputable person? Somebody that is for your people, for your community, a brand builder, a community builder, somebody that focuses on women, somebody that helps children. What do you want to be known for in order to make that money? Because money is great, but it's what you want to be known for is more important.
When you ask the question, you get the response, and you try and pull that part of it out, right? Is that ever a struggle? Do you ever find people saying, well, I don't really know, I just know I want to earn? And what do you do at that point?
So the thing is, PR and publicity, a lot of people only think of it in terms of celebrities or sports players. People in business tend to not really think about it the way that they're supposed to. So I come up with a plan and I say, okay, based on where you are now and where you want to be, what are some of the benchmarks that we need to hit? What are some of the things that we need to do? What is the messaging, right? What are the things that you want people to understand about what your business does, who you are as a person, what you're trying to achieve? Those are the types of questions that I get to pull the information out. So that way I can now say, okay, I definitely need to get this person on this particular radio station or this particular magazine, and they need to share this particular message in order to be seen in this particular way.
Okay. Now, when we're talking about the season now in particular, right? So if it is as a business person, I want to boost sales for the Christmas, what sort of story should I be telling? What sort of angle should I be taking to say, well, let's maximize on the season?
So the way I see it is PR is something that works well when you have done the groundwork. So let's say you've done your social media, you're telling people about who you are, what it is that you do, you're giving back here, you're talking, and you're doing all of these wonderful things. PR now enhances that. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're a nutritionist. Right? And you've been doing all the good work for the year. Now is the conversations to have, what do we eat around the Christmas season that is going to help us indulge in the good food, but also remain healthy as we head into 2026. If you're a financial expert, the conversation would be, how do we budget so we don't overspend for the season, so we can now enter 2026 in a very profitable way. So these are the kind of conversations that you can have depending on the industry. I just gave you two.
Of course.
Right? So you've done all the groundwork before, but we're now switching the conversation based on who you are, what you do, and what the audience is now expecting of you.
But what makes me stand out? If it is you have 500 nutritionists on Instagram popping up on your feed, because once you follow one, all of them just randomly show up, right? And they all come up with this Christmas message and to say, well, eat healthy for Christmas and we can do it together.
Yeah, but
how do you help one particular brand stand out different from the others if everybody's saying the same thing?
Well, the thing is, right, everybody might be saying the same thing, but not everybody's talking to the same person. Right? Somebody might be helping women over 40. Somebody might be helping young children. Some people might be helping the elderly. That's where I come in. How do you hone in on the message so that you are speaking specifically to the person that you need to connect with? So yeah, we all saying the same thing maybe, but who am I talking to so I can now get focused on the conversation?
Is it too late for businesses to try and ramp up Christmas sales now?
I would never say it's too late.
All right, so then if it is that we have this limited time, Christmas is basically next week, right? Today is the 15th, 10 days a week. And if it is you want to say, all right, I want low effort, high impact, what should I be doing as a business owner?
Low effort and high impact. So let's look at people are shopping. People are moving around. Why not show up in the places where the people are? Why not doing some sampling and some demonstration where you can now connect with people face to face and tell them about your product and or service, right? Why not attend some networking events? Everybody is having a mixer, something, right? Why not go and have a conversation with somebody? When you go to these places or you do these things, you're not going to sell per se, you're going to form relationships. And based on those relationships, then the sales will come. A lot of us, we rush into networking and we push this diary or we push this journal, not knowing if I could read, write, or spell. Find out that first from the conversation, and then let's have a conversation about what it is that you do.
Okay. Tell me the role that things like interviews like this one, features and testimonials, how can they be used to strategically increase conversations about your business during the holiday period?
So the wonderful things about interviews like this and also testimonials is that you get that third-party validation. So you're not just saying, oh, I'm the best. Other people are saying, yes, you need to call this person. They actually are the best. So I would always encourage interviews such as this one, TV, radio. Also, if you can put as many testimonials on social media, because people are going to be scrolling, they're going to be looking for things. If it is that you had a good review on a particular product, if you do sell products, that will also be a good way to connect with people and let people know, hey, I know what it is that I'm doing, and this person has already experienced it, and therefore I'm doing the right thing.
Are there any opportunities that Caribbean business people overlook in December where they can maximize profits? And
I think in the Caribbean, we're so addicted to social media that we don't think about other ways that we can connect with people. I do think that interviews such as this is always important. The media is always looking to interview persons who are experts in their field and who know what it is that they're talking about and who are looking to make those international connections. So I do think, depending on the industry that you're in, I do think we should really, more entrepreneurs should look at the media to spread their message to a wider audience. The algorithm doesn't always work on your side.
But I was about to say, they've been telling me for the last how much ever years that social media is the way to go, that is the way to target the specific audience that you are looking for, and you can use the algorithm to your advantage.
Right, and every day the algorithm changes. Every day, right? And we can't depend on that, right? We have to find other ways to connect with our people and to form the relationship. And let's be honest, a lot of business owners, they don't use social media the way it really is intended. It's supposed to be social, right? But we don't really do that, right? We push our products, we put prices and stuff, but where are the where are the connections? Like, what are the relationships? Do you even know who your audience is? Where's your community of people, your community of advocates?
Right.
That's the whole purpose of social media. Not just posting and saying, hey, this is $5.99, come and buy it. It doesn't work that way.
So that's more like advertising than
I wouldn't even call that
marketing?
advertising. I'll call that spamming because
Wow.
I didn't ask you
Wow.
what the cost of your product is, right?
All right, so let's, if it's not a product I'm selling, like
Right.
let's say I'm selling a service, let's say I'm
Right.
selling a consultancy or
Right.
a creative thing, you know, it's not an actual physical product. Is there a different approach in the PR and the marketing?
I would say it's slightly different in that you still have to form the relationships, you still have to give the testimonials, you still have to show how you have made the transformation in people's lives. It's slightly different. There's no sampling, there's no demonstration, there's no look at this, but this is the transformation that you can expect when you work with me. And these are my, These are my people who have experienced it and therefore can testify
Right.
that I can do what it is that I say I can
But
do.
if I now starting up, how I get people to testify?
If it is that you're now starting up, I'm pretty sure you would have done work for people to make you believe that you can step out, even if that was done for
Let's
free.
have some people in this place.
Well,
If I tell you some stories here this morning, Carla. But here's what I want to ask you about the founders who they're shy.
right.
They're not accustomed being in the spotlight. They're not accustomed having these conversations. They see a camera, they freeze.
Yes.
They get very
Nervous.
nervous. Let's go with nervous, right? They get very nervous in front of the camera, so they don't want to come out and tell the story. What
Right.
advice would you give to them?
Please put your nervousness aside.
Wow.
And show up. The reason I'm saying that is there are people out here, as you quite rightly mentioned just now, they do not suffer from imposter syndrome because they don't know what they're doing. So they show up bold and they say what they have to say.
Aren't they the loudest?
And you who know your business, you quiet in the corner. And what happens is that these people, they spoil it for the rest of the people. They upset people, they spoil the industry, they ruin the name. And now you who know what you're doing have to now fix what they mess up. Instead of doing all of that, you have to show up. I mean, show up where you're comfortable. So you may not be ready for lights, camera, action, right? But a little press interview, send a picture, a little, something along those lines where you're comfortable until you graduate to the point where you can speak freely.
How long do you think that should take?
So if we're talking PR specifically, I always say PR is the long game.
Okay.
I've had clients working with me 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and we've done tremendously well. If you're now starting up and it is that you're building your business, I would say nothing less than 6 months, nothing less.
Carla, what is the measurement to know if my PR is working, if my publicity, my marketing is working?
So there are different KPIs key performance indicators that you can set for your business. One of them being when people hear about your business, what comes to mind? Have they even heard about your business before? When
Right.
people hear your name, what automatically comes to mind? Do you have press mentions? Are people talking about you? So there are different ways that you can set it. If it is that you're having, let's say, an end of year sale, right? And you put that out. How many people have heard about it through the media and therefore come to the sale? So it would take a little bit of research on your part to see if the PR is working, and then you adjust over time.
Okay, now as we're in December, we're getting ready to jump into a brand new year. Is there anything we should be focusing on PR-wise to be able to set ourselves up for the new year?
I would say focus on what do you want to be known for. I'm circling back to where we started. How do you want to be positioned? What do you want your audience to know about you? And move from there. Once you know what it is your messaging is and how you want to connect with your people and the types of relationships that you want to form, every piece of information that comes out, the way you look, the way you speak, the places that you show up is now going to make sense as you move into 2026. So I would say if you haven't done it before, do the internal work, right? What do you want to be known for? And then everything would make sense.
Well, I would say you also need to add knowing what you want to be known for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part's important because some
Knowing.
people just do the internal look and say, I want to be known for this, but they don't actually know nothing about the work that they want to be known
Agreed.
for. But that's a whole different story.
Agreed.
But Carla, thank you so much for joining us this morning and for sharing these tidbits. You slightly changed my view on PR and marketing.
Thank you.
Slightly, just a little bit. We're going to take a quick break and we come back with more on the Now Morning Show. Stick around.
It's on mic 4.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. So I have Michelle Tappan and Michelle Tappan Davis. Which name?
Tappan Davis.
Tappan Davis. Okay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So for our first 5 minutes, we'll be just talking a little bit about you, your journey. I know art is very dear to your heart, of course, so maybe we can touch on that with you being the president of the association. And then the last 5 minutes